Hi guys, this is Captain Steve with Real Deal Sport Fishing. Welcome to Over the Edge with Captain Steve. We have Adrian Martin on here today. He was a pitcher in a Major League Baseball pitcher. He used to coach my son Elliot quite a few years ago. You were a hell of a coach for El. El still is a good pitcher because of that. Like he's pitching in high school now.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's something I wanted to talk about, whether we do it here or off camera. But either way, it's cool. It's cool.
We might as well do it here. So, Coach Adrian was kind enough to come join us here in the studio today. We're going to talk to him for a little while, and he actually worked for the Toronto Blue Jays last year during their World Series run, and that had to be very exciting for you.
Yeah.
So, I guess we could start out by telling us how you got into baseball.
Oh my gosh. So I'm 41 now, and going back to thinking about when any kid picks up a ball for the first time at 3, 4, 5 years old, and I know I got pictures and diapers and everything.
Oh yeah.
Running around and doing that, and baseball was always on TV, and family, brothers, friends in the neighborhood, we were always out playing it and everything else. And just something that when you realize at a younger age that you're, first of all, enjoy it and want to do it, and then as you start to progress, you start to identify the work and everything that goes into it, and then all of a sudden you get to an age and keep going. Exactly. You like it first, then you can love it, and then you can start, ultimately chasing a career out of it.
Yeah. So you started. I mean, that's how everybody starts baseball, right? Just little league, going to t-ball practice with your dad or whoever, your mom or grandpa or whoever it was.
Yeah, and since we'll get into this a little bit, but I think it's in this phase and where we're at now with the travel ball and how much that's taken off, it's still keeping it fun at a young age. Is important.
It is important.
Because if you do want to chase this, it's going to become a job when it's a job. It's going to become a job more even when it's in high school and college.
Elliot's
let the
that.
kids get to that point first. You don't want to suck it out of them at 9, 10 years old. So keep it fun. Identify that it's just an activity for right now. But again, I like to see parents on weekends going out and enjoying themselves on weekends, not always at the field for 8 hours.
That's us.
So mix it up, man.
Lincoln's going through that right now.
Mix it up, yeah.
The little bro's having his time. He's 12, so he's we're going to Cooperstown this year, and all that stuff's fun. But there's a lot of work involved in that.
Yeah.
Like being on a travel ball team, it's a lot of work for a young boy.
Yeah.
I think it's good for them in some ways. Like it gives them that sense of being on a team and everything just isn't about them. Because young boys, even older boys, are like me. And now you have something, that it's not all just about me. Now what the work that I'm putting in and the effort that's going into this is for the whole group.
Yeah.
So it's not just I'm doing this just for myself.
That team aspect, but it really is a lot of life. And there's things in baseball that I've learned at a younger age, basically through all the different phases of my time in baseball, that you try to apply in life when you're 25, 35, probably when I'm 45. Raising my own son now, same way. There's things that when it's discipline, when it's structure, when it's being prompt, being on time. Working hard when you're in the practice, when you're in the game, focusing, paying attention. There's just so many things that can be applied.
Controlling your emotions.
Well, that's a big one.
That's a big one for 12-year-olds.
Well, yeah, it's like
or even adults. You see adults like Major League Baseball players crashing out in the dugout. I don't feel like you see that as much now as you did like 20 years ago.
I think probably
but it still
because it's everywhere when you do that. It becomes stories on social media and talk shows, and everybody's got a talk show. A lot of people have podcasts. It's something you can't ever get rid of.
Oh yeah.
So
you're like, hey, let's pull this video of you throwing the cooler across the dugout.
When you do something like that, you'll be seeing it for a while. So I think that's something that they've understood, that they don't want that to necessarily identify them. They don't want that to be the thing. Oh, this is how I'm identified or remembered. But yeah, people are still going to have their outbursts and their tantrums. But I think it's controlled now because of that aspect. So.
Cool. That definitely makes it a little different. It's like anything in life now. If you do something, you're on video.
Yeah.
And you're like one crashed out away from being a viral meme on the internet.
Yeah, nobody wants that.
No, you definitely don't want that.
Maybe this podcast will go viral, but that means me being interesting, so we'll have to find out.
I mean, if we crashed out, it would.
When we get into the whiskey and cigars and stuff, maybe the PM podcast, right?
Okay, so you started out just like everybody else, T-ball, and went. So where do you go to high school? Where are you from?
I grew up on the other coast of Florida, Stuart, Florida.
Okay.
Sailfish capital of the world. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Oh yeah.
Fisher, yeah. So I didn't take advantage of that. In fact, we'll have to go out and fish sometime because I've never.
That'd be cool.
So we'll trade services. Right?
Heck
Baseball for fishing. So yeah, it was just, again, 8, 9, 10. It was a standard little league. We didn't have travel ball. And then I think I was 13 or so, and one day my dad came home and said, hey, there's this coach in Lantana, which was like 45 to an hour, 45 minutes to an hour away from Stuart down south. And it became like a very subtle, we were just kind of, maybe a practice or two a week and then a tournament every now and then, or they actually had a fall league season. And then I was still doing my little league. And then it became like, okay, the competition's better. The development's better, the coaching's better. Let's turn it down there.
Yep.
So then it became like we're driving 45 minutes 3 or 4 times a week, and it became a thing. But here I'm watching people go to Plant City, which is like an hour and a half. I'm like, okay, so looking back,
not that bad.
what I was doing wasn't that bad.
It's still a commitment for not just for the athlete, but more so for the parents. The parents have to cart you around everywhere you go.
And that's something I'm sure my parents will see this, but it's something I don't. If I've never told them I appreciated that, I absolutely appreciate that. And knowing as a coach to other people's kids, I don't even have my own kid playing yet. I don't think he will. He doesn't love baseball.
He doesn't?
He does taekwondo, and he loves that, which I'm still getting invested in doing some things a couple days a week. We're going to go again today for the 3rd time in a row.
Right?
Maddox.
Okay, I was close.
There's a couple letters in there.
How old is Maddox now?
Maddox is 7.
Oh, man.
I know. And you probably saw him running around at like 2,
tiny
3.
Little,
yeah,
in diapers.
Whining and everything.
Yeah.
He doesn't whine as much. But.
That's good.
But yeah, it was still just that process of growing, learning, identifying for one that I did take it serious. I did want to do it, but it was 13, 14 when I realized that it wasn't at 7.
Right.
So, and again, I want parents to also realize, like, man, you got some time to go enjoy yourself and let your kids see if they like it first before they love it.
I mean, Little League, I personally think up until a young man hits puberty, you really don't know if they're going to be, like, I've seen a lot of kids that are super athletic as a little kid, and then they just don't get very big, or they don't, or they're not faster than everybody, right? Everybody catches up to them, basically. And that definitely happens. Now, you see some kids that are just naturally, like, you see them from the time they're like 8 years old until now they're 16 or 17 and they're throwing almost 100 or whatever. You know what I mean?
Which
and you're like,
in a way, it can kind of be a problem.
Yeah.
Because they rely on that talent when they were so much better than everybody.
They could have been a lot better than they were.
They didn't have to do a lot of the things that the guy that wasn't as good has to do to get to that next level, and I think that becomes almost a shot in the foot. It's great to have that natural ability, but
you
it's
have to
the
do
blend of the natural ability, the work ethic. So it's almost like, and again, when you get to the professional level and you start seeing these guys that dominated their high schools, dominated travel ball, even dominated college, there still becomes a different. Now you're at a peak level where everybody was that guy.
That's right.
And now you have to find what's going to separate you at that point. And then when you get to A ball, then it's double A, then it's triple A, then it's big league. It's a whole different animal.
So what does separate? Is it natural? I mean, there has to be some naturally gifted athletic ability.
Yeah, there are still some guys that just have something that other guys don't.
Right.
And I had the privilege to work with a wide range of guys in the rehab role that I was doing with the Blue Jays. And you got, first round prospects, and then you have the undrafted free agent that just grinded his ass off. And then you start to see that, okay, that undrafted guy is all of a sudden 2 or 3 levels up. He's kind of shot through.
Working harder.
Well, this guy obviously had talent because he made 1.5 or 3 million or whatever, broke the bank as a signing bonus, and this guy got 15 grand. But this guy all of a sudden shoots up through the system, and so again, it doesn't necessarily matter. It's like getting you signed gets you a jersey, but what's going to carry you on from that level? And it's really hard to pinpoint one thing, but because guys now are with the identification
how much luck is involved?
There's always luck. It's
Yeah,
timing.
you got it
timing too.
in the right place at the right time.
Looking
right?
at the guy, one guy that really stands out this year, I'm sure everybody knows him now, but Trey Savage was one that, he was a first round pick. So obviously he had something there
Right.
that got him signed as a first rounder. But we were going to go slow with him and just kind of level to level. Then all of a sudden it's like, well, he dominated this level. Let's give him a shot at the next level. And a month later, he dominates that level. Let's give him a shot at the next level. And then he's throwing in World Series games and
That's
dominating the freaking Dodgers. So
That's
it's like,
great.
it can all work out based on timing, flexibility. But had a couple guys not been hurt, had something, he maybe not have started. Maybe he would have just been a bullpen guy. Eventually, I'm sure he would have worked into the rotation because you just kind of force the hand when you go out and dominate. But it doesn't work out like that all the
Right.
time. So that's one of those rare situations that it's like, shit, yeah, Blue Jays are going to love that because, go win us some games on the
That's
biggest
right.
stage. But which is still truly an unbelievable feat. And thinking about what that kid went through.
So I think the whole country was rooting, besides Dodgers fans,
it was Dodgers versus
rooting
yeah.
for the Blue
Yeah.
Jays to win for sure. I
can
know
see
I
that.
was.
I can see that. Yeah.
Yep.
It's, the Yankees have become, or the Dodgers have become the Yankees. Sorry, of where.
Well, the
everybody
Yankees
was kind
keep
of
spending
against
the
that.
money. They're just not, for some reason, they can't seem to get the same results as the Dodgers. They seem to be able to put it together a little better.
Yeah. When I was a Blue Jays for 7 years as a player, and then 4 years as a coach. So yeah, I'm okay with the Yankees not succeeding. That's fine.
Right?
It was kind of embedded in you to be the.
I'm a little bit
division rival.
embarrassed to say I did not go to a single Rays game last year. I'm a Rays fan.
At the Yankees complex. Would that have anything to do with
It's
it?
at the damn Yankees complex. So it's hard for me
I could see that.
to go to Steinbrenner Field
Right.
to support the
Watch
Rays.
a major league game.
What, am I going to go watch the Yankees play them there?
You could.
I could.
You could.
I couldn't do it.
They would be the away team, though. But yeah,
They would be the away
yeah.
team. We didn't have a home game.
Yeah.
So that kind of stinks. And I'm glad that they had a place to play.
Right.
Because of the Hurricanes.
It wasn't like Montreal.
Right. It wasn't Montreal. That's right. We still had a team.
There's been a lot of talks about
there has been.
moving and relocating back
for quite a few years now.
Hey guys, sorry to interrupt the podcast. I'm Heather, co-owner of Real Deal Sport Fishing, and I just want to let you know about our fishing charters out of Clearwater Beach, Florida. We have two 34-foot vessels, the Real Deal and the Real Deal 2. They both fish offshore, groups of 6 people max. We provide everything you need, all the rods and reels, bait, tackle, fishing license, everything you need for a day on the water. Just bring whatever you want to eat or drink. If you want to get out fishing with us, you can go to our website, book right online, links in the bio, or you can call our office, 727-906-7749, and we can get you out fishing soon. All right, back to the show.
A few years now.
Did they settle on that?
I don't know. I know that the Trop has a roof on it again.
It's got a roof. We just went down there not too long ago.
Yeah, so we're going to play there this coming season, but I don't think there is a plan yet as far as where they're going to play in the future.
That's got to be crazy.
Who's going to pay for it? I think that's really the space to put a stadium, whether it stays there or it's in Tampa or it's in Feather Sound or wherever it may be here in the Tampa Bay area. Nobody really has a solid plan on who's going to fund that. Is it going to be funded by the team? Is it going to be funded by the municipality, like the people that live there, or their tax money,
right,
or whatever? That there is no plan for that yet. So I don't know. I know there were some plans that I think mostly got rejected. Like they had a plan for down there on the waterfront somehow.
Yeah, right there where don't the Rowdies play there now? The
yeah, yeah.
Team. So that used to be the spring training field,
right,
right. And I don't know, just before the Rays were even a team,
right?
Maybe it goes back there a while, but I know that stadium has been
it was
there
there
for a while.
Before. I don't know who played there before the Rays, but somebody.
It's a beautiful setting when you think about watching baseball in Florida. Like that's how do you not even the Marlins aren't even on the water.
That is one of the most picturesque spots, I would say. Like I've watched that F1 race down there. A few times.
They close down the whole street. All the streets
from
down there.
a friend of mine has a condo down there with a balcony. It's like on the 20th floor or something. So you can see almost the whole track, and you can see the airport and the pier and the bay. And the Rowdy Stadium is right there in the middle of that.
Yeah.
And I mean, it has the potential to be one of the nicest facilities in all of baseball but somebody has to fund it.
You think of like San Francisco right there in the Bay. I mean, they got
beautiful.
That's
iconic.
The water and stuff. Yeah,
you know?
the splash bombs or whatever they call it. But yeah, people get souvenirs out there on the water. And, yeah, there's not many settings like that you can go out and enjoy the sunset and watch a baseball game.
Did you see the trop after the roof got ripped off, like a few days
I
after
did.
that?
Yeah. I don't know what it was that brought me down there, but I was
wild.
40 minutes away from down there in St. Pete. But I think it just happened to be maybe just getting out in the car and seeing some devastation from the hurricane.
There was a lot, man. You didn't have to go far,
was.
at least around Pinellas County. I don't know where you live. I don't know if you're in Pinellas or
Just off 19 off north and
okay. Did you guys
19 in Maine right there?
Okay, you guys
Everyone,
didn't have any
19 in Maine.
didn't have any damage or anything from either of the hurricanes.
So I'm
last
in a fortunate spot. I'm not in a flood zone. So it's like people are always wondering if I'm back. It's like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
But like 2 miles this way, I'm screwed, and 2 miles this way,
yeah.
I'm screwed, and so we're in a pretty good spot there. But yeah, even going down, everything was the flooding and everything else.
It
which
was
is
everywhere.
I've been in Florida my whole life for 35, 36 years, and since I was 4, everything was pretty much the flooding. And
It
the
was
roofing and
worse. I
stuff,
mean,
and-
I've been here for 33 years, so very similar. That's the worst I've ever seen it here. I've seen hurricanes go by here just about every year for the entire time I've lived here.
Right.
And that was the worst one. I think Helene, at least for this area. I've never evacuated. I've even lived on the beach and stuff. I've actually left the beach before and just gone to someone's house mainland.
Yeah.
But I never really took it that seriously. Last year, Helene, I was watching fish jump not in my driveway, but in the road in front of my house. My neighbors' houses got flooded. We were very fortunate to be like up the hill just enough to where we didn't get any water in our house.
Yeah.
It came up in our driveway.
That's gotta be
There's like
nuts.
mullet jumping. I mean, we were out there. I was going door to door on my little cul-de-sac there, just making sure my neighbors were okay. Hey, you guys know that your house is flooding, right? Like, there's some older people, and I didn't know if they're in bed or they don't know what's going on, you know?
Or under
Yeah,
water
you just never
in their
know.
living room.
So that was a pretty wild time here, but
take your boat out in the neighborhood.
I could have,
right?
I could have for sure.
I don't mean to laugh at that, but yeah, it's
I
crazy.
mean,
to think that.
that's what
Yeah.
people were doing for
Right.
sure, And I think the only really good thing that comes of that sort of situation is like the community really comes together for that.
Yeah.
Afterwards, and everybody, even while it's happening, everyone's checking on their neighbors. I have a good friend that I've known for years down on the beach. His name's Marty, and he got a little bit of social media notoriety for what he did during the hurricane. He was like a hero. The guy went around on his surfboard or paddleboard around Indian Rocks Beach and like rescued people.
That's
So you have those kind of stories that come out of like a tragedy like that or a natural disaster that really, I think, bring a community together. I tell you what really brings everybody together is not having power, right? You want to see Floridians come out of their house,
man, right?
you turn the air conditioner off, buddy, and all of a sudden you're talking to your neighbors.
Yeah. What a concept. Huh?
That you put the phone down, you don't have internet.
You're not texting them, you're actually talking to them.
Yeah.
Which is kind of why I wanted to be here in person with you, because it seems different just to actually like
It is.
freaking be in a room with someone and I can touch. But yeah, everything's like Zoom calls and stuff, man, and I know that was COVID that kind of sparked that, where you could do it, and it's a great
It's a
addition
good tool.
to being able to use it.
Yeah, like I had a podcast Monday from a friend of mine, Jim Crowley. He has like a TV show and stuff, but he lives in Missouri. So I can just call him up and be like, hey, you want to be on the podcast in a couple days?
Right.
And then he doesn't have to fly all the way to Florida. He can
for
just
sure.
be on the Zoom call.
For sure.
So it definitely takes that personal, I'm sitting next to somebody aspect away from it though, for
and
sure.
it's something I think we've kind of forgotten about. It's like even like I'm raising a kid or the next generation. It's like everything's going to be just like
they're easy to
stuck at
babysit
something.
now.
I know. I'm trying to get away from that.
You just
too.
stick them in front of the screen.
And I like that I've at least gotten my son to a position where it's like, we got these activity books or like mazes or spot the difference with pictures, and it's like stuff that we kind of grew up on. When you went to a restaurant, there was like this little, you had the menu and then you had a bunch of activities to do with crowns, and it's like, he's wanting to do things like that. He's wanting to read a book. He's wanting to build little things out of puzzles or whatever it might be, but there's still it's a fair share of tablet time, but
it's only getting worse too.
It is.
Like I can't imagine, like if I look back at like high school and I think if I had the technology that kids have now when I was in high school, right?
How would we have been with that?
I would have been like, hey,
having like Super Nintendo or PlayStation or something.
Chat GPT, can you write me a paper?
Shit. I already didn't do homework the way
that's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. You're like, hey, my phone can write a paper for me now. And I think that's a big problem in high schools and colleges now. People don't actually have to do the work if they're smart about how they cheat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
cheating's always been there.
Right.
That makes it easier to cheat.
You just erase someone's name and put your own. But that was,
well, that
was one form. That was an ancient form. Now it's just have a AI write something.
Change some words and put your name on it and call it.
What a time to be alive, man. It's a good time to be in school and stuff. Right?
It's crazy. I mean, I can't even imagine being just the things that young people have to deal with now. Even the economy, like I can't, like I moved out of my parents' house when I was 17, right?
Okay.
I didn't go to college right away.
Which I would say is early.
It was very early.
I mean, we kind of grew up in the same, So
it was
I'm
early.
saying we're in the same generation.
I was like the first of my friends that had his own place, and like all my buddies would come over, and all the parents probably hated me.
Well, of course. Right. There's no rules there.
That's right. There were no rules.
Do whatever you want.
But I can't. It was actually affordable. I had like not the best jobs back then. I think I worked at a fast food place or a restaurant or something like that, and I could afford to have my own apartment doing that.
Yeah.
Right? I could.
So you earned that? You weren't.
I did, but I could afford to pay like $450 a month to have a little studio.
That sounds
There's
great.
no
You're
way
not getting anything like that.
That as an 18-year-old that's just going to move out of your parents, I want to have my own place. Unless you have a good job, you're not going to be able to afford to do that. You're not going to be able to afford to pay your utilities and your rent. Well, you have that.
Here you go, son.
You can go move on out, and I'll pay for it. I mean, that definitely
Please get
happens.
out of the house. Here, take the first and last.
100%.
Get out of here.
I mean, that happens. I hope that my boys, like we have them pretty well set up on a track to where if they just do the things they need to do, they still have to put the work in. We can't do that.
And you want to instill that too.
That's right.
There's still qualities that are like, listen, everything's not going to be handed to you.
That's right.
Point, it's
I pretty much, I don't want my boys to think that anything is ever going to be handed to them.
Yeah.
Right? I want them, whatever it is you have. Now, I'll help them a little bit, but you have to work for that.
Right.
Right?
And the thing is, they don't know the difference. They don't know what
They don't.
Girl, it's like, I don't know what my parents necessarily, I hear about it, but you compare it and you can say, oh man, ice cream costs 8 cents.
Oh yeah. They don't know.
I think we just went to Epic Universe and spent $10 on ice cream. So that is different. But yeah, there's things too. It's like, you still want to give them those qualities and things that that are going to take them to a certain point, and then at least when you instill work habits and like getting back to baseball, like those are things that you still take with you and carry with you whether you're playing or not.
Sure.
And it becomes an important quality of life to be able to fend for yourself. And I think now so more than ever, having the understanding of, we can't be just the old guys that are yelling at clouds, and then you can't instill that at our kids too, because it is something that's going to be implemented and used and very heavily relied on. So I think everybody lets their kid, play on a tablet. He can turn the damn thing on and knows how to open apps and close apps, and he can turn the TV on and use the Fire Stick and do all
I think
these
it's
things.
important because
you've got to be
unfortunately,
caught
if
up
they
with
don't
it,
know how to
gotta
use
know.
those things, they're
But that's
behind
going to lead
already.
to AI. That's going to lead to all the other things, and that's going to, he's going to be able to write his own damn book and do all these other things because AI told him how, but he also had to learn how to do all that.
That's true.
And not just be pissed off at it and say, oh, in my day, and then
me.
shun it. So I am trying to.
Me too, buddy. That's
transition,
difficult.
But I'm behind.
It's like editing videos. Like I'm good at doing all the things. Like I have so much content. I realized this like maybe 5 years ago, right? I'm like, okay, I'm on the water every day. I fish more than 90% of the world, right? I have more fishing content than 90% of the world.
You got to document it, man.
That's right, but if you don't video any of it and you're not good at editing
put that thing up and just go
do your work. What we do
if
now.
you haven't already started.
Oh yeah, I've pretty much stream all of my fishing charters now on YouTube.
There's an audience for it. I think I found out. There's an audience for everything.
I think yesterday we had 230 or 240,000 views on our morning charter 6 hours yesterday.
You know what you're doing.
Oh yeah,
You're caught up.
But it took me a while to figure that out.
Yeah. Well,
Right. It took me like 4 years of really working towards where we're at now.
But trial and error and.
Well, that's where
Going
that's all
through
I
it,
had.
it's appreciation though when you do figure it out.
It is,
and when
it
you
is.
realize that
I'm like, I get
where you
this.
started from and where you grew to, you took your lumps and then you built yourself out.
Oh,
and
yeah.
now that's awesome. Then that's how, essentially everything goes like that. Now I think it's just happening at a faster rate
Oh yeah,
because you
it's
have
hard
the
to keep up
technology.
with.
So when you go back, baseball.
Well, the AI thing's the new thing, right? It's like, so now what? It's taking me. If I were better with that, I would be better at editing, right? AI can do all of that for you.
Yeah.
Now I don't know that it doesn't necessarily have that like human value, whatever that is, right? That like
Personal touch of a.
personal touch. That's
Your personal touch.
That's
so to
right,
speak.
yeah.
Yeah. And there's a style that some people have, maybe that you can tell, like an artist painting
for
something
sure.
has
And then
their
if
own
somebody
style.
else does it, then you're like,
Yeah.
okay, that's not the same.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you're getting the same, you're probably getting the same type of finish or model when you're doing an AI or ChatGPT, whatever that might
But
be. I don't know all the
eventually AI
programs.
is going to be able to learn that, right?
Kind of
AI
personalize some things.
Yeah,
and
oh yeah.
make it
Well, they're going to
yours,
be able
yeah.
to go back and look at every video that you've ever made and style it
Okay.
very similar to how you did.
See, you're teaching me things, and you're older than me, I think. But so now I feel like
Not by
we're-
much.
Okay.
I think I got you by 5 years.
Telling my age, but yeah, it's like yeah, and I'm open to everything, but this is where going back to baseball, it became.
So are they
that
using
thing.
that in baseball?
They're using so much stuff, and you could go into some of the pitching rooms, and this is where for me it was kind of difficult coming in, and I was grateful for my 4 years with the Cardinals because they were kind of they weren't on the step one, but they were down a lot further than a lot of teams as far as getting on board with the tech and everything.
Gotcha.
Like they were using Rapsodo, and 4D didn't come until like 2020.
Right.
And then that was already a few years behind. Like the Astros were up here and the Cardinals were down here, and then they started to kind of slowly build up. Blue Jays were like they were much more.
So at what point
getting
do
into
the
things,
other
but-
teams look at a team and they're like, okay, what are they doing that we're not doing?
I
to
mean,
make
if you're not
them-
using that stuff now, you're
done, right? You're
behind.
not.
Yeah, and it's not even that. Talent is still going to get you to a certain point, kind of like what we just talked
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
Like talent will get you so far. The basic coaching of just the human identification of stuff is going to get you so far. You're still going to have to rely on some things that will give you. It'll just accelerate development. That's all it does.
Right.
Basically, it's taking a guy that maybe you have him for 4 years, and maybe it takes you 4 years to identify that, oh, maybe he's not a four-seam guy, maybe he's a sinker guy, maybe we should
Gotcha.
start working horizontally, not vertically. TrackMan, all this other data can show that in like 2 bullpen sessions.
Gotcha.
And it's like now we can start identifying, oh, maybe he's not this guy, let's use this. This and this is going to play better than this and this. So now you become, okay, let's build a foundation off of these 2 pitches instead of these 2 pitches, and now you've just cut 2 or 3 years of development.
that's
off.
wild.
And so and now you got 4D motion, or the I can't think of the name of it right now. It's just high-speed cameras that just slow everything down.
Oh, right.
So you can see the ball coming off the fingers, and now you got to tweak the arm slot a little bit, and now he's getting around the ball rather than over the ball. Just little things that you can look at it and see it playing catch, which I've kind of trained my eye over the years of, I don't know how many balls I've caught in my life. But, you can identify playing catch with L's. Like
Sure.
that became, I like to play catch with the guy because I can see the ball coming out and see how
yeah.
the ball's supposed to spin. And so I have an eye for that, but it's not TrackMan eye. It's not 4D camera eye.
Right.
It's not this motion
It's
stuff.
a
So,
human eye.
yeah, when you can, then everybody can start to see that stuff, and there's no guessing. Everything is very deliberate and say this is what's going on, and it basically just as a coach, especially someone that was in the other era, you have to let your ego go, man. Like it's
Right.
a lot of saying like, you know what, I know what I'm talking about, but saying like there are other things that are coming out as far as the development world goes, and you have to get on board.
It's
with
probably
it.
tough for some of the old guys.
It
huh?
is. That's why a lot of
They've
them
just
aren't,
never.
a lot of them aren't in it anymore.
That's
Because
true.
they didn't want to let themselves
That's
go
true.
with that. And
They've just never seen that in
Yeah.
their life. It's always
Yeah.
just been what they think is,
Right.
and they think differently than other people.
change is hard, man, and
Yeah.
it's hard to get on board, especially when you feel like you've developed a reputation and a name for yourself in something that you've done your whole life,
Right.
and then all of a sudden having someone say, "No, it's not good enough anymore."
Yeah, that's
a
tough.
hit. That's a hit on your ego.
It
man.
sure
so
is.
I've been trying to read a lot more, and But getting into, or Ryan Holiday got a book called Ego is the Enemy, and it's just a lot of things like that.
Sure.
It's like, dude, just freaking let it go.
You gotta let it go.
Be receptive to
That
new
ego will
information.
eat you
Don't
up.
be afraid to process things, adapt, take a step back. See things from a different perspective. And baseball and coaching, especially newer age coaching, I hate saying it's still baseball. The game is still the same.
It's still baseball, though.
You still got to get 3 outs.
You still got to hit that baseball.
All of these common things, like the game is still, score more runs than the other team, do all this, but finding a way to do it consistently over the course of 162 games and in Major League Baseball. You're almost getting to 162
season.
Games in travel ball.
I know, it's crazy.
So we're not far off from the 8-year-old to the 28-year-old. But no, there is some similarities to that development and how what Elliot's going to go through than a high school or college kid. It's just okay, but know that he's not quite there yet. To give him that room to grow and again enjoy the game and enjoy the development process of it. There's time.
It's pretty. I think with baseball, I mean, I still push him a little bit, but the ball is in his court. With that.
And don't be completely absent. Because I still think there's a lot of things that drive me nuts looking back at the development with my dad and the car rides home and all that stuff. But then there's also times like what I needed that. It kind of keeps you in a spot that when you start getting too free of the reins, all of a sudden they start veering off here.
You need to bring it back in a little bit.
Again, having a son has helped me kind of appreciate that.
That's our job.
I give him some area this is where I want you to be, and then as he starts getting familiar, you can start kind of giving him a little more.
That's right. But
then you realize that he's not going to come out here because of all the times that you work to keep him in this lane. So, and just giving him it's like, hey, we got this. These are your bumpers, and now. When we start getting too far, I'll hone you back in. But ultimately, you want him to say, hey, it's this what time of the day I'm going to go brush my teeth. I'm going to go do this for bed. This is the routine. And then all of a sudden you say and do less and less because it's instilled in him. So the earlier age they can get that, man.
The routine. That's tough.
We're covering a lot
when you're a
here,
teenager.
Man. Yeah, we're covering a lot.
We are. That is a tough thing as a teenager, though. Is to
I haven't
just
got there yet, but I'm gonna knock on your door though. I got 6 more years, so yeah. And my girlfriend's
having
got
that
a
routine and just they all want to stay up and play video games and sleep's important at that age. Like if you're trying to develop muscle and you're trying to be the best athlete that you can be.
Well, it's shit. I mean, you've probably had days where you don't get to sleep or you're whatever, and then you don't process well the next day. And whether it's driving to work or driving a boat, fishing. Fishing might be a little easier, but I don't know. I don't fish a lot, but I'm sure if
you're tired,
when you're out in the sun
same.
and
you're just out there, and I mean, you're not. You still have to do all the things.
Yeah. Sometimes competing and doing all that, you just kind of get into like autopilot, especially over the course of a long season. It's like five months in. We call it like the August ass when you're just like, man, we got like 1 more month to go. But it's like anybody can just kind of crash out. But how are we going to find a way to get ourselves going again? And honestly, it's like just wake up and go out there, and all of a sudden your body just like, oh yeah, this is what we do. So you just kind of you don't even think about it anymore at that point. And I guess it's the same thing when you do anything for a long time.
It's fishing. I mean, I do that. Like everybody, I see some of the younger captains when they first start out, and they're like, "Oh, I have a long trip tomorrow," and that's all they're thinking about. I don't care.
So you're not in the moment of.
Like, you're not. You're like so nervous and worried about what you're gonna do. I don't do that anymore. I figure out where I'm gonna go normally, when we're headed out.
Yeah.
I'm like, we'll just. I guess. I mean, I'm live streaming. Sometimes I'll be like, all right, north or south, chat.
That's,
Which way you want me to go today?
You could even flip a coin.
You could. It doesn't really matter that much, But when you first start out, you don't have that routine. You don't have that. You're still a little new at it. I think a lot of things are probably like that.
See, if I was to go out with you, I wouldn't. I'd be on the water, honestly, because I haven't ever gone like deep sea.
We
fishing.
always catch fish.
Yeah. What do you do as someone that, I think like golfers retire? When you retire, you play golf.
Generally. I would still
What does a
fish.
golfer do when they retire? They don't go play golf, do they?
They don't?
I don't know.
That's what I would do.
Yeah, just play more golf?
Yeah, I would just go fishing, yeah.
Would that be fun if you're a competitive golfer? And then you retired and said, oh, let's go to the golf course.
That would be like you.
Or would you go fishing?
Listen, that would be like you playing like slow pitch softball.
I don't want to do that.
Why not?
I've been asked to do it. I don't want to. I've done it 2 or 3 times. I dominated twice. The other
Yeah,
time
you're gonna dominate.
Yeah, I didn't give a shit. I got to play shortstop, which was cool.
That is cool.
And I got to hit something.
They're like, you're at shortstop.
I got to
get
hit
out
something
there.
that wasn't a fungo, which was also cool. But
I think fishing's a little different than a team sport.
Yeah, but I mean, I love playing catch. Like I'll throw. I've actually got a torn UCL right now. I did that playing catch for 4 years, 5 to 6 to 13 times a day, throwing random live BPs. That's what I was doing for the last 4 years, doing the rehab.
I see all the coaches, like even the travel ball coaches. I'm like, how do you throw that much BP every day?
Well, if you do it right, you don't really feel it. It's
Right.
just, it becomes like a short arm action.
Yeah. But
so I
it's
see some guys that are like winding up. I was like, dude, you're
still using
really doing too much here.
the same muscles and ligaments,
Yeah.
and everything over.
I like to
and
think that I
over.
built up a little bit of a stamina, endurance.
Sure.
But when you get to a certain point and you're like, okay, this guy's got to go to 280 today.
Yeah, like Coach Johnny.
That's a lot of throwing. Johnny's a machine.
Like, how do you do that, Coach? You know,
I mean,
how old is Coach Johnny now? He's like,
I don't know. I don't want to say.
I don't want to say either.
I don't want
but-
to say the wrong number.
Yeah, I don't either. But you know, he's up there pretty good, and the guy is a machine.
Yeah.
Like I don't think that's
fungos,
normal.
throws. No.
That's not
That's
normal.
a lot
He's
of.
like a
but that's a
super-
guy that I think when you take him out of that element, he just like you get bored and honest people. It's
Oh,
like,
sure.
They don't have anything else to do. Like this is
Yeah.
what keeps them going every day.
For
It's
sure.
that routine.
Well, it's fishing for me too. Like I don't ever see myself just if I retire from charter fishing, just not fishing anymore. I'm gonna go. I mean, I fish on my days off now just for fun.
Okay. Well, that's good.
You
So
know.
you're so even when you're working, you're not working. I mean, I never
I'm living
considered
my
myself
dream.
working playing baseball.
Yeah.
And even when I was coaching, I was like,
That's
"Oh,
fishing.
Now I'm helping
It's like,
someone else get better. And I love coaching the kids and doing that stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, and now I just have my own kid, and I'm trying to do all that and juggle my own life. So I don't know if I want to spend as much time with other people's kids when I can be
Right.
parenting my own kid. And I was just trying to find the time to like juggle all that.
Yeah.
And then, you know, at home it's girlfriend, it's dog, it's teenager, it's you know, her son's teenager. So I'm getting all the boxes checked off from all the areas, and it's like, then it's freaking time consuming, man. It's
So how are you gonna get your baseball fix? So you're not coming back to
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what the next phase is, and
Are you gonna try to get another job
thought
with
about it.
another team?
I thought I'm probably too late at this point.
Are you?
Yeah, it's January, man. They've
Oh,
already
yeah,
filled
they're
their
looking
stabs,
for
and,
people.
I mean, they're cutting and reloading in October, November. So it's,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
honestly, like it's been 20 years professionally, and
That's a long time.
that's almost half my life.
Yeah.
And not to mention the 20 years, almost the 20 years it took to get to professional level.
Right.
And I probably spent more time on the field from that 13 to 18-year-old range, 11 months out of the year, man. That's what I said. It's like, if they're burned out at 8, 9, 10, they have no idea what's going to happen at 13, 14, 15 when it really matters, because you're not getting, I'm sorry to tell you, everyone, but you're not getting scouted at 9 years old.
No chance.
You're
There's
not
no
getting
chance
scouted.
of that at all.
Nobody
It's
gives
like
a
we were
shit.
talking about the puberty
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
Until you
right.
are like, until you look like a man,
Yeah.
you're not going to be mentally a man, but you're going to be physically a man.
Yeah. But even then, there's people that can say, oh, you're a man, but you're playing against boys.
That's right.
And let's see what you do against other men.
Yeah.
And oh, you don't want to work, you don't want to do this, you don't want to
You're
get
not
out
gonna
and do
make
that.
it.
I'm like, well, I already know you're not going to make it out of
That's
freaking rookie ball, so why the hell am I going to invest in you? When
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
14 other guys that are maybe not as developed as you yet, but you got a work ethic, you got to drive, you got all this stuff. We
I
could
mean,
see
that
you
makes a
being on
difference
this level.
doing anything
And that's
in your
just
life.
scouting and evaluating, and then
Yeah.
you get them around some coaching and some tools and all these things, and then we can turn those guys into guys. But you have to have a drive,
Oh, yeah.
because it does become a job.
Oh yeah. Well, I have that sometimes. Like I was saying, I live stream my charters, and I get people that come into the chat sometimes, and I don't normally, like, there's trolls, right? There's lots of trolls always. It's the internet. That's what people do.
Yeah,
like if
yeah.
you go on any Instagram post or YouTube post or anything, there's people trolling like, you know, whatever.
It makes them
Everybody
feel-
knows everything.
Makes them feel like they got a purpose.
That's right. So I get people sometimes that are like, it must be nice. That always gets me, right?
I was thinking that the whole time.
I'm
you were
like,
talking.
it must be nice, but you don't see the past. I mean, I started fishing when I was, 8 years old or something. It's like baseball. I've always loved that. My little brother played baseball. I played baseball for 2 seasons, right, in Little League. I was around maybe 10 or 11, maybe 12 years old. And I would stand in the outfield and like look over the outfield fence for a pond.
I was gonna say,
So I could go fishing.
find somebody
right?
who's fishing.
Yeah. I didn't care that much about baseball. I'm like, okay, this is fun, guys, but like this isn't my passion. Fishing has always been that.
Nice.
And I have pretty much spent my entire life learning how to do that, how to get better at fishing, and I own my own business. If you ever want to like torture yourself, owning your own business is a good way to do it. Like you are, you're way up here one day and you're way down here the next.
It's
like
the roller coaster. And I think
it's
probably the most beneficial thing to that is probably finding a way to stay in this range of field, not getting this big. And it's baseball.
Yeah.
It's like, and I was the closer my last few years in my playing career. I could save the game or blow the game. But regardless of whatever that result was, tomorrow I'm going to be called on to do the same thing.
That's right.
It's like, hey, you blew it. You'll come back and
you got to have a short memory.
Better
Fishing's
today.
the same way. Like
So
I
it
can
was
go
like,
out, have a bad day. We didn't catch much, and damn it, I got to go do it again tomorrow.
Yeah, right. And mine was like, okay, whether it was successful or not, it was like we're going to wash it down with a little whiskey or a little beer, or 3 or 4, depending on if I blew it or not. And it's like, okay, 2 o'clock the next day, show up and get ready to do it again. And because we're going to play every day. And if the game's 2-1, 4-3, you're going to be up.
You still have to play.
Regardless of what you did yesterday, that doesn't matter.
That's right.
And that's kind of a life. Again, it's a life thing, man. And,
I think just about everything good in life is like that. That's what I always say. Nothing in life that is good is easy. Right?
nothing worth having comes without hard work.
Yeah,
and
that's
effort.
it.
But yeah, and that's what you talked about, having that passion is like, it didn't feel like work. It didn't feel like you're working yourself to, exhaustion.
Well, because you loved what you were doing.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden 4 hours have gone by and you don't even know that you were out there.
Absolutely.
And that's when you identified something that you loved to do.
Yeah, yeah.
And
you're
I think
like,
that's
dang,
where
I have to go home now.
I'm still trying to figure, right.
It's dark, damn.
I'm still trying to figure out what that next passion could be, because
Sure.
for my whole life that's been that. So
Yeah.
when you're asking, it's like, well, I feel like I kind of had 1 foot out, 1 foot in. I wasn't really sure. I was in a great position with the Jays where I could be at home, wake up in my own bed, get my son ready for school, take him to school, or the bus stop at least, go to work with pitchers, do my passion.
So tell us what you did for the Blue Jays exactly?
I was a rehab pitching coach.
Okay.
I was assisting for a couple of years there, and then at first I was like a complex coach.
So you were working here in Dunedin?
Right in Dunedin, the spring site. Yeah,
cool.
when they had a brand new, that facility is
I love that place.
state of the art, man. If you haven't seen it, I'll still on there.
It's nice.
But it's, I don't know how many millions, man, but it's just anything you can imagine is there. State of the art weight room, hitting tunnels. They got all the tech and stuff, and all the hitting lab shows you how hard the ball comes off the bat, the launch angles. You can go in, and I was actually the guy for a while on the big trajectory, the big pitching machines, like the hologram guy. That was it was my delivery, and the ball would come out of my arm, and it could be 100 miles an hour. You can make it a slider, you can make it a changeup.
That's
you
awesome.
can make me left-handed.
Oh, weird.
I was told I dominated some people in that.
That's pretty good. Virtually dominated.
Virtual me was pretty badass, yeah. But yeah, I also threw some live BPs too.
Cool.
Because I was like, sometimes the guys are going to want to see a human arm.
Oh,
and
yeah.
At the time, sometimes there wasn't a pitcher to do that. So hey, we got this guy that used to throw a little bit.
That's fun.
And so I was doing that. It was fun. A couple of times it was like, hey, can you do this today? I'm like, oh yeah, let's go. I've only thrown 6 times today. Fine. So it was kind of like, yeah, ramping it back up. But no, I had some fun when I was out there
Cool.
a few times. But yeah, it's just, again, it's something that since I was 5, I love doing. And
so what was it like for you guys last year? You guys went to the World Series. Mm-hmm. That had to be super exciting, working for the organization.
Yeah. Oh, you're starting to kind of, during the flow of a season, obviously you got spring training and everybody's optimistic, and then you start, and then I know, Jays last year didn't get off to a great start.
Yeah,
It wasn't really until like the All-Star break, I think there was like a 9-game winning streak, and then the All-Star break hit, and we finished like 9-1 or 9-2 before the break, and then I think there was a series against the Yankees, and all of a sudden took over first place, and I think it was the broadcaster, I think it was Michael Kay from the Yankees, that said, "Oh, this isn't a first place team they're playing, and they're playing the Blue Jays." And they're not a first place team. And I'm pretty sure, I want to say, swept the Yankees, became the first place team, and I don't think they were ever out of first place after that. So we'll thank Michael Kay for that one.
Thank you, Michael Kay.
Unless it's not him, but I know it's the Yankees broadcaster. He probably said it too. But yeah, I mean, pretty much from that point, it was, I think, first place, and all of a sudden you start saying, it's like, damn, this team's kind of got it. Like, everybody's clicking, and over the 162 games, you got peaks and valleys, you got guys that get hot.
Oh yeah.
Injuries are a huge thing. You know,
staying healthy throughout an entire season is tough.
You might have more talent than everybody, but
sure.
3 guys might get hurt, and they might get hurt at different times, and when they come back, they might not quite be the same guy. And you know, 3 guys get hot, 2 guys kind of fizz out, maybe the whole team fizzes out, maybe 6 guys get hot. It's really fun then. Pitching is good, defense is good, base running is good, fielding's like everything clicks, and coaches are making the right decisions. Like, there's so many things that have to happen. Timing, and then if you watch the World Series, I think it was Game 6 and 7. I want to say the Jays had like 3 or 4 potential opportunities, and
oh yeah,
you know, there was the bobble there to play with, you know, IKF on third, which was talked about forever about his lead. We talked about that with Elliott. I talked about that with his team. I was like, we got to get a walking lead on third base.
That's right.
We're putting that foot down as contact's being made, and then we're off. And I'm watching him, and he's flat-footed. There's no momentum. The ball's hit. He's late getting started. I was like,
oh no.
and then you're out by 6 inches, and there's,
yeah.
Is that the difference? Maybe. But it's like, it's hard to watch like big league guys on the biggest stage do that, and it potentially costs them World Series.
Sure.
And
that's
then it's that where the I forgot who it was that hit it, but drives a bomb to left center, and they just took out Tommy Edman and put in a replacement, and he collides with the guy in left field and still makes the catch. And it's like, those are 2 or 3 situations that happen. It's like, all right, we're just not meant to win this thing.
Right.
And it's like, if we're not going to win on those plays, we're not going to win this thing. But,
yeah.
No, whether you're
that's a tough team
whether
to
you're a
beat,
Blue
that
Jays
Dodgers
fan,
team.
a Dodgers fan, if you're a sports fan, you're watching that series and you're appreciating the series.
Oh yeah, that was
just
great baseball.
Whether I think my girlfriend was a little bit interested. She doesn't care for baseball much. I got my son to watch a little bit, but yeah, it's pretty cool to you know, especially when you start working with a few of those guys and understanding, like Dalton Varsho was down here half the damn year because he was recovering from whether it was a shoulder thing to start, and then it was a hamstring thing, and then he was just up and down, and then you finally see him get up there and stick, but you kind of get to know them personally a little bit, and it's pretty cool to kind of have a, you know, they're just guys, man. They got families, they got interests, they got hobbies, they're just guys.
I mean, I have some stories. I've hung out with quite a few baseball players over the years. You know, just being like, I guess when I was a deckhand or a young captain down in Clearwater Beach, like all the Phillies players, and you know, they'll show up down there sometimes, hanging out at the bars and doing all the things. And I've had them out on the boats and like, oh, let's meet up here afterwards. And you know, I don't want to throw anyone under the bus.
No,
but,
that's fine.
That's
fine.
You know, it's been.
I'll pick up those names.
Yeah,
myself,
yeah. It's been fun.
But yeah, it's you know, and a lot of these guys. I mean, some people might live in New Jersey or Minnesota. I think they have people that live in Minnesota still. They come down, and when they leave their spot, it's snow, and they come down here. It's
beautiful.
You can go to the beach after working out. So they go in, they get their work done early, and they want to go to the freaking beach, or they want to go play golf.
Yeah, that's right.
And some of them have their families with them, and I said it's just they're gonna go do this for another 8 months as far as baseball goes. So what baseball might be to the common person, it's like, oh, it's just a game. It's like, well, no, for them, it's their whole life. Gives them the flexibility to do this stuff with their families and come down here. So there's a different level of how they approach it, and sometimes it might look like they're nonchalant and careless about it, but it's only because they can do it that way, because they've been doing it for so long. This is like literally clockwork for them.
Oh yeah.
And, so what they're doing, and this is why I'd say it's like when I'm talking to Elliott, I'm talking to those kids at that level. Watch the major league game, but watch the game for the execution. Watch for you know, the timing of their strides, or don't watch it for hitting the home run and flipping the bat.
Right.
Like that's the wrong thing for watching the game. There's things that
they all love that though.
Soto and these guys, you know, they earn that right to do that. you're not there yet. Let's
what do you do
give
as
you
a-
the talent,
what
the
do you do as
ability
a
to hit the
pitcher?
bomb, so then you can flip.
What do you
the
do
bat.
as a pitcher when somebody bat flips on you?
I played in an era where that shit didn't happen.
Yeah, you're burying them,
And
right?
if it did happen, you get one right here
Yeah.
at about 92, and I had the control that I could freaking do that. There wasn't a whole lot of that going on.
It's a different era.
And I'm not that old, but it wasn't going on.
Yeah.
Now it's like you do it for the clicks, and you do it for the likes, and you do it for the
So
attention.
that's really what it
So
is.
some dude on a podcast can talk about it in his grandma's basement or something. So, yeah, it's just there was a respect factor. It was different. Honestly, I don't give a shit anymore. If you want to flip the bat, dude, throw a better pitch. I've kind of got on that one. It's like,
I
and then
get that.
if you want to strike the dude out and you want to fucking stare him down as he's going back to the dugout, then you've earned that right too.
Yeah.
But it's got to be both ways. It can't be, oh, I give up a bomb, I'm going to be pissed off at you celebrating, and then I'm going to strike you out.
And then I'm going to celebrate.
Yeah, and that's really where it is.
Yeah.
And then it's like, who's willing to take that as like a, social media or a reporter or whatever, who's going to take it and make it a bigger story. But I mean, if you're one of those baseball guys that's been around before all this stuff was happening or cool, probably not going to like it too much.
Right.
But again, as someone that's going to be
Like a
involved in it
traditional
now,
baseball guy is going to be like, hit
and I
him in the
see it on
ribs.
like 9 and 10-year-old games.
Sure.
And it's like, at that point, it's like, okay, you got a bat 15 feet in the air, and then you got a kid standing here with his helmet off as a catcher.
Yeah.
And then it comes down and hits him on the head, and like, now you got a problem. But it's like, come on, like that's where it's like, all right, we gotta hone this in a little bit.
I mean, at that age, I feel like a lot of adults take it too seriously.
Yeah, you think?
8, 9, 10 years old. It's crazy. I'm like, what are you guys even doing
It is.
right now?
It is.
And I find myself doing it sometimes.
It's hard when you
because
get invested
I'm
and
competitive.
stuff. Right.
I want them to win, so I'm there like watching the game, and I got thrown out of a game one time
As a parent?
as a parent, right?
Please tell the story.
Well, I actually didn't do anything. It was
You didn't do anything?
I didn't. No, listen. So I was at a game. It was with Coach Johnny Rodriguez. Mm-hmm. It was Elliott's team, and we were kind of getting our butt kicked, and the ump made a questionable call. Coach Johnny gets thrown out, argues the call.
It must have been wrong if Johnny got thrown out.
He was not happy.
He
was
doesn't
like, "You're
lose it."
making this game about yourself. It's about the kids."
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. You
Right.
know, he's big on that.
Right.
Like an umpire shouldn't make the game about themselves.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I mean, we know that probably happens a little bit, even in Major League Baseball.
Ego is the enemy.
Yeah, that's right. Ego is the enemy.
Tied it
So,
back together.
so I'm sitting next to a guy, one of the other parents. He says something to the umpire. I don't even remember what he said. It was something kind of smart alecky or something. The umpire looks back and he's like, "If you say something again, you're out of here."
See, that's bad. Like, don't just okay.
And
Take
then
it if you want to talk.
the
in
umpire
between.
turns around. He says it again. He thought I said it. He points at me
Oh.
and he's like, "You're out of
Oh,
here."
so Johnny got you tossed.
Johnny got me tossed.
Look, stay with me here. I'm sure the team would much rather it be you that got tossed than Johnny that got tossed.
Yeah, absolutely.
For coaching purposes and strategic purposes. But
Yep.
you get to put that on your resume, though. That's cool. I've never been tossed from a game.
Really? Ever?
In all of my years of coaching
That's
and
the only
playing.
time I've ever been.
You could
tossed.
also say that I'm probably soft, and I should probably have
Probably should have got thrown.
probably
out a couple
should have been.
times.
Oh, you weren't competitive enough. There were some opportunities where I probably
I'm
should
sure.
have. But yeah, never been tossed. So you've got one more than me, and you weren't even.
I know. I didn't do anything. I'm just sitting there. I think my shirt was brighter than
That'd be like
his or
me going out and
something.
fishing right now and catching more fish than you in one sesh.
That could happen.
And say
It's
that.
fishing.
Okay. Well, listen, you could get tossed.
That's probably
and I
not going to
couldn't,
happen, but it could.
so I could lose more rods, or I could probably drink more than you. Maybe we'll compete somehow.
We could compete that way too.
Oh man.
It was fun being with Coach Johnny, though. He is
Yeah.
like a class act for
awesome.
sure.
They're,
We had the opportunity to go to Branson, Missouri with him,
Yeah.
and that was really cool.
Nice. The whole family, and I speak very highly any chance I get, and I'll do it here. It's people they'll ask me, hey, who do you recommend? Especially when I was leaving and I wasn't in the area. So
Sure.
Any one of the Rodriguez families, I would. They're at R3 now and doing great things there. Sean's built the facility there, the Yard, I believe it's called, and not far from here in Largo. But I played against Sean in high school ball.
Did you?
On the other coast. Yeah,
Oh, that's
the travel
funny.
ball. We always around the same age.
Yeah.
And his career took.
He was always one of my favorite players
better
because
path.
he did get thrown out of some games.
Yeah.
He had that fire in him for
Well,
sure.
see, he was an everyday player, so
Right.
he had more opportunities to get tossed than me.
I used to watch him as a Ray, and I'm like, he's my favorite player
That's
right
right.
now
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, and that's when you see them even as a family and how they run their business, how they work with the kids. They drive the work ethic, they drive the focus and attention, the discipline, the structure, the organization. Hey, you're here for an hour and a half. We're going to work for an hour and a half. There's
Right.
no nonsense. It's and then when you throw the baseball knowledge on top of that, it's like there's no better place to go.
That's a pretty good spot.
And it's only going to be. It's not even just for baseball. And I say, go just get them around them because you're going to learn more things about just being a better young man.
Sure.
And when you watch the family orientation of it, they're family, man. Like, and they make you feel included in that. So no, it is a very cool concept of what they've got going there. And this is something that I've been fortunate enough with the game and how long I've been a part of it to meet people like that and to be associated with people like that.
Absolutely.
And then to be able to kind of steer other people in that direction has been, I guess, one of my high points of all the time, that I've spent in it. And you always want to know, it's like, well, I don't think you ever feel like you got everything out of it. Especially in my case, like now saying like, all right, am I done? Am I out? Looking back, it's like, man, you wish it would have maybe paid you more or given you more opportunities or whatever. But when you look at those priceless opportunities and those priceless experiences and the people that you've met, it's like maybe that's the lesson and the stuff that was supposed to be taken
Sure.
from it. So yeah, I'm in a position now. It's kind of a weird spot, but you're doing a lot of reflecting and growing and trying to see what was the point of it all.
Right.
And so it's really a.
Well, it sounds like it gave you 20 pretty good years.
I wouldn't change any of it.
Yeah.
And the only thing was that I was married, had Maddox, ended up divorcing and. Getting more time with Maddox, but that became the next priority, the next step. So it was like that kind of got me to a point. I was coaching with the Cardinals at that point when Maddox was born, and I got a little taste of being away from my kid, and at the time my wife, and I was like, this isn't what I want.
Right.
There were coaches that I played for and coaches that I coached with. They're baseball lifers. They've been around for 20, 30 years.
Right.
And they got a 20-year-old son, and they don't even know him.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Because they're never home.
I don't want that.
Yeah.
I don't want that to be me. I don't want to have anything that I can do. And when I get to control something like that, and that's what I said, being here with Dunedin, living 8 minutes away from the field, picking up my son from school, and then helping him with his homework, being involved that way, taking him to Taekwondo, and then being able to say goodnight to him in his own bed, like that to me is priority number one, job number one.
For sure.
And I think that's kind of where a little cross came with the Blue Jays. They wanted me to chase more levels. They wanted, hey, go be a AA coach. Go be like, no, I chase levels as a player.
Right.
I started to chase levels as a coach with the Cardinals. My main priority now is being a dad. And when I can be a dad and coach, that's the sweet
great.
spot. But how often does that get to happen in the game? So I did have a value and appreciation for that because the people I was coaching with don't have that.
Sure.
They got kids that live in different states. and
Wherever they're
wives that are-
from, right?
So and that was something that I really did appreciate and value out of everything. And then now that the opportunity's not there anymore, it's like, well, okay, I'm still dad number one, so that's still there. Doesn't pay,
Right.
but now I got to find a way
Not
to make that
monetarily,
other
it doesn't
side
pay.
even.
It pays in other ways.
Got to
though.
break even, right?
You
Right,
know,
and
probably
these
more
are
important
things that
ways because
I've grown as a person.
Yeah.
I've matured.
The money doesn't
because it's
last.
no longer about me anymore.
Right.
And that's when you start living for someone else. That's what I say. I tell my girlfriend all the time, Kristen. It's like at this point, it's what's under the roof is that's my priority. So, finding a way to provide support and be the best for them and everyone under that's when I think I took another level in growth and development as a human.
that's definitely part of maturing for sure.
Yeah.
It takes guys a long time to figure that out sometimes.
I've had a lot of time, man, to think.
Yeah.
It's been a few months, and it's been a lot of bottles of some whiskeys and some. I haven't smoked cigars much lately, but yeah, there's
What's your favorite
some
cigar?
sipping. Honestly, man, I'm not super picky, but I like the Maduros and the Connecticut's, those kind of lighter. I don't know. It kind of depends. I'm not. not as knowledgeable as I probably should. I've smoked a lot of them. I just don't always
I'm
remember
not
what they
super
are.
knowledgeable about them either, and I used to really not like
Is there one
cigars.
here? No, he's got whiskey. He should add a cigar. He's got all the stuff. This is my Teddy Roosevelt shirt. You got that?
Heck yeah.
I thought there was a cigar. Sorry.
No cigar.
No, just whiskey.
I was down in Cuba. This was like 10 years ago or something.
I hear they have good cigars.
Bro, I was like, I've been missing this my whole life, right? I was down there with a friend of mine, David, and we were actually down there, I think around Valentine's Day. Heather and David's wife were there as well. And I'm not a big cigar guy. I'll smoke one every once in a while. It doesn't really do
It's
a
a little
ton
time
for me.
passer. You know?
Yeah,
You're kind of like sitting
that's good if you're like
reflecting,
hanging
have your
out.
little whiskey and,
Yeah, that's nice. So we're down there, and he's like, "Let's get a Cohiba." And I'm like sitting there sipping on Cuban rum, which is also like the best rum in the world.
Yeah.
Smoking a Cohiba, like life was really good.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
yeah.
well, these cigars are pretty good.
Start to feel like Scarface.
Kind of.
You've made it.
Just dressed like an
Just
American
for these,
tourist.
just about 30 minutes, you feel like you've made it. you know?
Absolutely.
And then when you're
It's
done,
crazy.
you're like,
Have
all
you
right.
ever been down there?
Cuba?
Yeah. If you ever get the
No, I
chance,
was trying
go.
to avoid it.
If you ever get the chance, go to Cuba.
I don't
It's
think
like
I've heard-
going back in history. And
could see that.
it's a pretty awesome, at least when I was there, this was 10 years ago, it was, as a tourist anyway,
Yeah.
it was pretty awesome.
I'm sure the people that live there may have different things to say.
Well, the
but-
people that live there are very nice people. I
Yeah.
didn't meet anyone that wasn't friendly. Like
Nice.
we have this picture of Cuba that's painted for us that
Yeah.
not really reality.
I think there's a lot of things like that.
Yeah. So we were down there.
About Venezuela, but
Yeah, the same thing. I took I took a bunch of stuff to give away to people down there because I had this ideal that everybody there was like super poor, nobody had anything, and that may be the case for some people.
yeah,
Um,
just like here.
yeah, it's just like here. So I mean, it's different than here.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like going back in time, but it's really because of all the embargoes that we've put on that country. Is the reason that it's that way, right? Because they can't get
Right.
supplies from the U.S.
Yeah.
We're the closest giant, whatever we are, country
Mm-hmm.
to them that could really, if our government and their government got along anyway, we're not going to fix that. But if you ever get a chance to go there,
It's a whole nother podcast.
it's beautiful. It really is. It's beautiful. It's like all the old cars, the hotels in Havana. Like if you go inside, there are like pictures of, mobsters that stayed there.
Yeah.
Just stuff like that.
Awesome.
You would never really think about a whole lot unless you actually go there and experience it. The people there are beautiful, super friendly.
I would say that they're accepting.
They
for
are.
Americans to pop in and.
Well, yeah. I mean, everybody likes American money.
Well, right. Okay.
That makes a big difference, I think.
Panhandling out there. That's like Venezuela was kind of interesting. I went down there and played.
Oh, you were in Venezuela?
Yeah. And,
Oh, that's wild.
No, it's funny because of what just happened with the interception.
What do you think about that? We just went in and took
I mean,
that guy. Is that kidnapping?
A business strategy. It's a brilliant business strategy.
It is.
If we're playing kidnapper / robbery. I don't know. I'm not the person to make those.
Yeah,
decisions,
me
but,
either.
hey, I'll just sit back and watch the show like everyone else.
Yeah.
But I guess. I mean, baseball again has been very, very fortunate and good to me in ways to introduce me to different parts of the world. Now I've traveled to 43 states out of 50 playing, and a couple of different countries playing, and met people of those countries and some of the nicest, best people ever. I'm still in contact with a lot of people from Venezuela and
That's
the DR
awesome.
and New Zealand and Taiwan. So it's, but going down there, man, it was. I think everyone should have to go.
See what
to
it's like.
It's like, you know what, we have so many damn
Guys
good
don't even
things here.
understand.
We'd go to the store and like, okay, you think the hurricane shopping is bad. You
Uh-huh.
don't have toilet paper. You don't have these supplies. That's like every other week down
Oh,
there.
yeah.
And it might be you go to a store on a Tuesday and they just might not have
Sure.
anything today.
Cuba's the
grocery
same
store
way.
just doesn't have anything.
The only difference there that I really saw, well, there's a lot of differences, but the stores there, like everything's government owned. So like all the grocery stores.
And that's why people don't understand that what just happened there was a pretty damn good thing to those people, because now they can actually get some regulation.
Well,
and
as
people
long
can
as-
start getting some actual
As long as
help.
that really fixes anything, because I guess the same administration, they just took the head away from it and someone else has stepped in as the head. So now they just have the same exact thing.
What I heard was that they were going to run it. Like, we're going to run it.
That's what Trump said.
He says a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he said, I'm going to run it,
We
right?
never
I mean, you
know.
don't know like
Yeah, we
how
never
that's going to
know.
work out. Like, you're really going to go run that country.
It's funny, there was an episode of, what's the show with Jim Halpert from The Office? John Krasinski. He's in that show. It's terrible. I don't even know this. But again, that's another one. But it's on Amazon. It's it's not Jack Reacher. It might be Jack Reacher.
Is it?
But there's an episode where he goes down to Venezuela, and that's basically what they do.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like that. That just happened. Like, they intercept the dude, and he's
Take him out.
But I was down there playing, I want to say 2013, going into 14. It was right around this time, Christmas time, and the election was going on, and there was like a 6-day blackout. And it's like all of a sudden,
No power for
all of a
6
sudden
days.
the president down there is back in power, and it's like, no, this
Weird.
wasn't supposed to. It's like, yeah, all of a sudden he's leading by 97%. I'm like, no, that's not
Yeah,
what's
right.
gonna happen. And the people are very aware of the corruption and all
Sure.
the crap and the chaos, and it was nuts down there. But that was just a normal, regular part. So I don't want to speak on behalf because I can't, but I do know there's a lot of people that are very, very excited for that regime to be closed off and done
Sure.
and finally resolved. Because
So would they rather
I would
be...
send money down there to a buddy of mine who's a former teammate, and he's like, you have to send it to this place only because if you send it down through regular mail, the government will
They'll
intercept
steal
it. They'll get packages, they'll be ripped open, all the stuff will be taken out, and they'll get the
That's wild.
leftovers. So if you do try to send assistance and aid down there, it gets intercepted by the damn government.
The government takes it.
And the people that need it, medicine, whatever, you just send $60 down there and it goes a long way.
Yeah.
But you have to send it to specific private accounts, or else it just. So I think there's a lot of people that are
So
very
if you
happy.
set up a capitalist system in that country like here, how does that affect everybody there? Like, how is that a better way?
Yeah, I mean, if I knew answers to that, maybe I'd be in a different
Yeah.
career. So maybe that's something I have to look into more. But
Because
Yeah.
that changes everything. Now,
right.
I guess in like a socialist system, or what do they call it? I mean, it's basically communism, Bolivarian or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So the government is paying. It's kind of like in Cuba, the government's giving you a place to live, your electric and your
they want
everything.
you to
You just
rely
don't
on
make
them.
any money.
Yeah.
Right, so
Is that gonna
you're
happen here?
relying completely. Yeah, you're relying completely on the government to pay for.
Steve,
your
that's a whole nother
things.
podcast, man. That's gonna take a couple cigars.
For sure,
a couple-
for sure. A Cuban cigar for sure. I don't know how to get those here. We brought a whole suitcase back with us,
Jesus. Yeah,
and a whole suitcase full of rum.
I always hear people that have, I have Cubans. Like, really? Are they really Cubans?
They were. These were. We
Yeah.
bought them there. I went. I have a couple stories about Cuba, but this one in
Is
particular.
this gonna get us in trouble?
No.
Okay.
We didn't do anything illegal. We went through
Oh, okay.
customs. We were legally there. We got a visa, educational visa. I was down there. We went fishing. We did all that whole deal. We really wanted to see how the fishing industry was ran down there, and they're floating around on styrofoam. It's not good.
Oh.
Like, seriously, I went on a fishing charter in Cuba. We went out of Hemingway Marina, and we're trolling it down the coast towards Havana from Hemingway Marina. It was probably maybe 5 miles away or something. Beautiful place. The water's just beautiful blue. You can see mountains in the background.
Yeah.
You can see Havana. The tallest building in Havana, by the way, is some Russian special police building or something with like an observatory at the top of
Yeah.
it. So
Just
like
spying
anywhere
down on
you're at in
everybody.
Havana, you feel
You're
like they're
being
watching you.
watched.
Yeah. So that part's a little weird. So we're trolling down the coast of Havana, and all along, there's guys, a mile out on a block of styrofoam fishing.
Gosh.
Pretty wild.
So you catch a big fish, you're going down.
Or it's getting away.
Yeah.
But you see the guys, and that's where a lot of the seafood in the restaurants there is coming from. They have like their lobster
Yeah.
pots out there. And I did see a few boats there that were, I don't know how, you have to be very desperate to go on something like that and go
A lot
fishing.
of people are.
They have
imagine.
to be.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know what kind of engines they had in them. They were, I have some pictures. I don't know where they're at, but pretty wild. That part of it, like those people that were just floating around, pretty crazy.
Yeah. That's what I mean. It's like you need to experience. If the problems you have here, I promise you, they're not that
Oh yeah,
big.
like you
just
can eat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got a roof that doesn't leak
That's right. You're
freaking
not
water
starving
on you.
to
Like
death
your
if you
lights aren't
don't.
flickering if they even turn on.
Yeah, you're not starving to death if you go.
AC, like they don't even know what the hell that is. They have
Oh, yeah.
a clean place to come home to here. Like there's so many things. Like stop bitching about your freaking tablet not working or having battery or
Sure.
yeah, just appreciate like simple things. But I was so happy for that experience, and again, baseball gave me that experience, and I got to go to DR to coach the Cardinals. And
What's it like in the
team's
DR?
Similar.
Yeah.
Same with Venezuela.
Gotcha.
There'll be very nice parts. There'll be very rundown parts. You can tell they have like sheets hanging in the windows, 4 windows. Like those are the windows for the day. They got 7 different layers of cardboard on the
Gotcha.
roof just to stop from
crazy.
raining in. And but yeah, they're happy. They're just happy. They don't know any different. Maybe they do, but they don't show it. Like they
Yeah.
still have to survive for the day.
Right.
Their priorities and their concerns and worries
Or different than ours.
and I think here it's starting at such a young age where you just get everything kind of like, oh, here you go. You don't have to,
Oh, yeah.
you want this, here you go. It's like, and what's that going to do for them 5, 10, 20, 30 years down the road? And when it comes to when you have to work to provide and do all those things, I'm sure they'll find a way, but it's like,
Oh, yeah.
they don't, then I don't think you value and appreciate it enough when you go through and you, like you say, you kind of pave your own way to do this stuff. And yeah, people say how nice it is and it must be nice to go fishing. It's like, well, yeah, you didn't just.
It is nice.
You didn't just show up. Yeah, but you also worked your ass off to get there.
Oh, yeah.
And, so yeah, it was nice to play baseball all day and get paid for it. But at the same time, it does become very stressful. Everything comes with its negatives, I guess I'll say, the not so goods. There's always a job aspect to it, a pressure aspect to it to provide and to succeed. I said every day on the baseball field is pressure because now you're competing against the best people, and if you don't compete, then someone else will for you. You only got so many spots on a roster. You only have so many coaching positions open.
Oh yeah.
And there's always people learning, growing, developing, wanting what you have, and if you just stay stagnant, you're gonna fall.
There's a old fishing captain that used to run out of Clearwater there, and he used to say, how did he say it? It's the game never changes, just the names on the jerseys.
Yeah.
Right. So as soon as you're gone, and that applies to fishing. I think that when I think about fishing and baseball, there are a lot of similarities as far as being able to do either of them professionally. Right. You have to go through that time where you're not making money and you're struggling to try to get to that a goal.
Right.
To where you can hopefully survive doing it.
And what's crazy is that it's, when you just watch, if you go watch the game over here in Dunedin or Clearwater, the Threshers, the A-ball guys.
Yeah.
And then you go watch a AAA game, and you go watch a big league game. To the untrained eye, it might look like, oh, this is just baseball.
Sure.
That pitcher's throwing 95, just like the dude. There's guys that throw harder in A-ball than some major league guys.
Right.
But there's a hell of a lot more guys. Those guys that are throwing not as hard in the big leagues have a lot more to go with that, and that's where the separation starts to happen. Fishing's probably the same way. It's like I watch you throw a line, and then I'll watch some dude over here in a pond throw a line.
Not the same thing.
It looks. I was like, okay, he didn't catch this one, but this guy caught it. But yeah, if I watch it enough, I'm sure I'm going to start recognizing some differences. And there's just a crazy how those levels and that much. But there's something to that, and you have to go through those trials and those errors, and you learn a lot about yourself in that process.
For sure. You definitely figure out what you're made of. Either way. Yeah.
But I think going through those struggles and stuff, man, it's like it wasn't all really until I got to, I'd say A-ball. So I got drafted out of high school in 03, signed in 04 as a draft and follow at Indian River on the other coast. Committed to Vanderbilt as a shortstop.
Is that where you played, Vanderbilt?
I committed there.
Okay.
But then I went to Indian River. I was a draft and follow. I was signed by the Blue Jays as a pitcher, and I committed to Vanderbilt as a shortstop. So I didn't know what the hell I was going to do as an 18-year-old. I loved hitting. I loved playing short and all that. But then there's like 11 or 12 pitchers per team on a roster. So I'm like, well, that sounds like I'll have a quicker route to go.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
only 30 major league shortstops, and there's hundreds of pitchers.
Yeah.
So let's try that. But then, you don't really. I kind of cruised through my first year, and then second year it was like, oh, now there's college guys. Now there's like, this guy's 23, I'm 19. And at the time, okay, age was a big difference at the time.
Sure.
And I remember walking through my first spring training, and I'm going to drop a name. Nobody's going to know. Well, not a lot of guys are going to know it, but Eric Hinsky. I kind of crossed by his path in the locker room because I had to get to my locker, and I kind of went around him, and he stopped and shook my hand and asked me who I was, and I was like, I know who you are. I know you don't give a shit who I am. But it was cool that he took that time, and that's
Sure.
what kind of humbled me. It's like, he won the Rookie of the Year in like 98, I think, so a few years back. And then 99, he was telling me the story that he kind of he took a hit because he kind of oh, I've already won the best award you can get as a rookie. I won this one. It's like, I already got it
So he
figured out.
just
Kind of
thought he was going to go on cruise
and then
control.
he's like, that knocked me on my ass and said, I got to pick it back up. And
Yeah.
But it's like you have to kind of take that hit sometimes to realize that, okay, it's not going to be like this all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And mine kind of came in A-ball too. Everybody hits their different levels. But yeah, where you appreciate going back to the basics and the fundamentals and kind of rebuilding yourself every year to pull it back in. You can kind of get away with some things in high school when you're better than everybody. Travel
Sure.
ball. There's always that kid that looks like he's 14 over the 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds, and they can just get away with being better. So then when you get to a point where everybody is the same level, again, going back to that, what's going to pull you over that, and that's where that work ethic, that all that stuff comes into play.
Oh, yeah.
But for one, it's being real with yourself and being able to recognize that and say, I'm going to put my ego away and accept the fact that, okay, let's work. Let's be honest. Let's be an honest evaluator, and that's a really hard thing for a lot of people to get,
Sure.
especially when they've been told how good they are.
So are you going to start coaching kids again?
I was helping out with Johnny. Right
Were
now,
you?
I did some things on Tuesdays over here at the yard, and it was just kind of a quick pick-me-up thing. I had a few hours during
Sure.
the day, and that's what becomes hard with that schedule is everything is 3 to 8, 3 to
Right.
9. My son gets out of school at 3.
Okay. So that
So
makes it tough.
Dad mode, and now he's
Yeah.
got homework, he's got different responsibilities. I can't, when he was 3 and I bring him over, it's I'll just give him to the moms and
Sure.
they can kind of play around, which I love. That was so cool
Oh,
looking
yeah.
back at that, how everybody kind of chipped in, and he said that community, how everybody
It's a
kind of
family.
comes together there. Yeah. I'm forever grateful for that because, being the single dad and kind of trying to juggle everything. So yeah, right now it's just that, okay, from 3 to 9, how do I
That
do
was a
that?
good team that we were on.
It was cool. I had a lot of fun with that team.
I still talk to people from that
Stay
team.
in touch with that,
and
yeah.
Elle has so many friends. Every kid that was on that team, I think
Yeah.
Elle still kind of talks to here and there. Him and Colin Moore, they're besties.
Awesome. I'll look back at my travel ball stuff, and there's still a handful of guys that I stay in touch with.
Sure,
that
that's cool.
I can honestly say I had as much fun. I had more fun at times in travel ball when it was just 17, 18 at a random hotel in Michigan or Georgia, wherever we were. Nebraska, we went out there for the College World Series and played
Cool.
tournaments out there. But it was just, there was no...
It was fun.
Nobody was getting paid.
Yeah.
That I know of.
Wait, when you throw money into it, that makes it
changes
different,
everything.
doesn't it? It
but
does,
then when
yep.
you start getting people that are paying you or now responsible, and
Right.
you can't always control that stuff, and you're outperforming somebody, but he made more money than you, so he's going to get promoted, and you're going to sit here and wait
Right.
until this doesn't work out. Then maybe you'll get your shot. And I can't tell you how many guys that I played with that were better than people. That just at the time, they weren't as big as investment.
Right,
So you're
and they
just not
were-
the guy, and they never get an opportunity. And it's you know what? It's shitty, man.
Yeah,
but
it's
that's the
business.
reality of it.
Yeah.
And it's a big business, and there's
Yep.
a ton of talent out there, and it really is hard to break through. And I think they said that, I don't know what the percentages of making it to the big leagues are, but it's not very big.
No.
And he said it's luck, it's timing, it's not always talent, it's not always work ethic, it's not always drive. You can do everything right, you can have all the talent, it just might not be your time.
Just being noticed, right?
Might not be your time.
Yeah.
I said I had an opportunity in 2009. I ripped my finger open, and the guy that replaced me made a start in Sacramento the next 5 days up. It was 5-man rotation. He made his start in my place, and he gave up 4 runs in 5 innings or something like that. But he ended up getting called up to Baltimore. I was
That was your.
I could have possibly given that 4 runs in 5
Right.
It was a very subpar outing, but he got that shot because the timing was there.
Right.
And then the following year, I think the Blue Jays they traded Roy Halladay, they traded Scott Rowland, they got prospects from different teams, and all of a sudden you were kind of on the doorstep, and then you just slowly fall down because we just brought in 5 more prospects for future Hall of Fame players. So now we've got to take these guys under the microscope because of who they just got rid of to get those guys. So when you were like up here, all of a sudden now you get kind of leveled off because you weren't traded for any of those guys and you didn't get that money. And so it's just one of those things that you don't know when your opportunity is there.
You just have to be ready for it when it gets there.
It may never come back up.
Yeah.
So take advantage, and you don't know that you're in it when you're in it sometimes. And that's, I think, one of the hardest things is understanding that, and you don't understand it when you're going through it.
It's like, you look back, you don't know it's the good old days until it's over.
You're in the good old days.
That's right. You're in the good old
really
days right
hard
now.
because you feel the stress and the tension of 4 other things that are always in here and keeping you awake at night, or your mind always drifts to. But then you look back in 5 years and you say, damn, what was I so worried about? Those are pretty good times.
Those were great times. Oh yeah, I do that sometimes. And I'm like, man, I don't know what I was worried about back then, because it seems like such an easier time, but it doesn't seem so easy when you're in it.
Right.
It's work.
So I think that's the hard
cool.
part.
Well, I tell you what, it's been very nice talking to you, Adrian.
Yeah.
Thank you for taking your time out today.
Of course,
coming out and being on the podcast. Hope everybody enjoys. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. We'll see what the Blue Jays do this year. Hopefully
it's a clean slate, man.
Get a run again.
Everybody starts off 0-0 with World Series aspirations, so it's always exciting. You never know who it's going to be.
That's right. And we wish you nothing but the best of luck.
Appreciate that. It was awesome to see you, and I'm really grateful that you messaged me, man. It's been a while.
Yeah, heck yeah. Cool. It has been a little while.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I need some people for this podcast.
Thinking back to Elle and everything, and how we started, that was 5 years ago.
I know, it's been a while. It's been a while.
Oh, it's awesome.
Every time I talk to Travis Herbert, he brings you up.
Travis, Dev.
Yeah, so.
Yep. Reef and.
I don't see them. Oh yeah, and Reef. Yeah. I see Reef more often than any of those kids, I think. But okay, well, thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
Yeah.